mute, and I'm also putting myself on mute. Over to you, Chatur. He is going to take us to 2,300 years ago, when Chanakya and there he has written some Arthashastra, and Chatur is expert in that. In fact, I had requested him to become my guide for the course which I am doing it. So over to Chatur.
Chatur,
Thank
continue,
you,
Guru.
Deepak.
Chatur, continue.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, friends. In fact, I must thank you for giving me this opportunity. And in fact, I was worried how many of us will be interested in this subject as such. But I am overwhelmed with your response. Now, before we start the subject, friends, give me 1 minute of yours. I request all of you to close your eyes and visualize all that sublime, supreme, serene you experience in this land of ours, which we call Bharat. It may be natural beauty, geographical feature, historical monument, temple, place of worship, folk art, book, verse, anything that has fragrance of this soil. Just enjoy those ecstasies and bow to the motherland for giving us this very special privilege. Thank you, friends. I know we all are defense officers, but still I wanted to start with these salutations, which we take for granted. Just I wanted to emphasize on this. Thanks for your cooperation. Now we'll go to Kautilya Arthashastra, which is again a masterpiece of this land of ours. Before we start, let me make one thing very clear, that I am not an expert on Kautilya Arthashastra. I am just a student, and in our engineering language, I am just a semester ahead of you. Now, starting the subject, we know Chanakya, that is Vishnugupta Chanakya, Guru of Chandragupta. We know legend of Chandragupta and Chanakya. But I will like to revise it once again for sake of ready reference. For this, I had written a poem. I will read out the poem and explain. So I take you through the entire this period. Vishnugupta Adinamadhari, Chanaka Putra Kotala Gotri, Takshashila Pandita Magad Nanda Nashamukhari. Now Vishnugupta is his given name. He is son of Chanak. That is how he is called Chanakya. His Gotra is Kotal Gotra. That is how he is Kotalya. And its misnomer is Kautilya. Otherwise, it should be Kotalya. Now, when you utter a word Chanakya, you get that image in front of you, that brand image. A Pandit with open, unknotted shikha, or a braid, you can call it. Now, that is where this is Takshashila Pandita Shikhadhari. Now, Takshashila was one of the biggest universities in India that time. Now it is in Pakistan. So Chanakya studied there, and then he was teaching political science. He was Acharya there. That is how Takshashila Pandita Shikhadhari. This fellow was insulted in the court of Magad king Nanda, and that is how he had vowed to destroy the Nanda dynasty as such. That is the first answer. If you want it in Hindi, again I will read it. Vishnugupta Adinamadhari, Chanaka Putra Kotala Gotri, Takshashila Pandita Shikhadhari, Maghada Nanda Nashamukhari. Now, what was the status of kingdom of Magad, विलासी धनानंद राजन, त्रासित अमात्य जन गण, अपमानित ज्ञानमान, ऐसा मगध राज्य बखान. Dhananand was ruling that time. He was accustomed to luxury, that is Vilasi. His ministers and general people were fed up of him. Knowledge and superiority was always insulted in his court, and this is how the kingdom was running. Now, when we come to Chandragupta, he has no background as such. That is how we ask this question, Chandragupta ho ko na tum? वीर रक्त युक्त क्षुद्र हम, वंचित अधिकार है हम, कौटिल्य शिष्य मौर्य हम. As I said, Chandragupta had no special background. He was son of a tribal woman. This was a wandering tribe as such. And it is said that his biological father was from royal family. That is how this line comes, Veera Rakta Yukta Kshudraham. Though he has that royal blood, still he is a Kshudra. Vanchita Adhikar hai hum. Naturally, he has no privileges, no royal privileges. His only identification that he is Shishya, Chela, disciple of Kautilya. Kautilya Shishya Mauryam. That tribe's name was Mura. The tribal, from where that tribal woman come, that was a Mura tribe. That is how he is Maurya. Now, when Chanakya identified Chandragupta as future emperor, Chandragupta's age was about just 8 years. Now, it is a really huge puzzle as to how Chanakya could identify this young boy as future emperor. So I have tried to put it, Vishwas Nishtha Bhari Kheli, Raja Adhikar Deha Boli, Satya Chintana Yukta Boli, Bhaye Chandra Chanakya Joli. That means whatever games he was playing, Chandragupta as a young boy, that had lot of faith and confidence. His body language showed the king's authority. Whatever he was speaking was truth and after contemplation. That is how Chanakya identified and thought that this boy is a promising boy. And once they become a formidable pair as such. Bhaye Chandra Chanakya Joli. Now with this, we see what was the general status of various small kingdoms. They were called Janpad or Mahajanpads. The bigger kingdoms were called Mahajanpads, smaller were Janpads. So, Parajita Khandita Janapad, Lajjita Kuntita Rajapad, Har Raja Take Veerapad, Talwar Jo Hare Vipad. Now, that time, Alexander had come. He had defeated many Janpads, appointed his governors, and gone back. Now, the Janpads had lost their freedom, had lost their prestige. Obviously, they were not united. And now they were waiting for someone who with his valor can get them their freedom. Parajita Khandita Janapada, Lajjita Kuntita Rajapada, they were suffocated. Hara Raja Take Veerapada, Talwar Jo Hare Vipada. Now, saying this is, I will just share. Deepak, I want to share my PPT. You are disabled me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. Yeah, so we are with Kautilya Arthashastra. Now, this is the map, though it is of 1500 BC, but things had not changed. This is how the Janpads were looking. And if you see, Magad Raj is today's Bihar. If you can see, that is where the Magad was located. And you can see number of Janpads all around our land. Now, once the Mauryan Empire was established, this was the picture. This was the Bharat. Now, this type of united Bharat, we haven't seen after this period, after Mauryan Empire. Now, this was achieved, this credit for achieving this kind of Ekchhatra, united empire, or so-called Mauryan Empire, the credit goes to Chanakya. And his only tool was Arthashastra. That is, friends, is the importance of Arthashastra. Chandragupta was crowned around 321 BCE. And after that, initially he was crowned as a Magad king, and then he established the Mauryan Empire. So after his crowning, the Arthashastra was written. That means this document is, as Deepak said, 2,300 years old. Yeah, 1 second. Just I want to stop sharing. Oh, it is not happening. Okay, let me continue. Now, see what is our status. We know Chanakya, we know Chandragupta, we knew Mauryan Empire. Arthashastra was mentioned at various places, but we didn't have the document called Kautilya Arthashastra as such. And the foreigners, especially Britishers who were ruling us, they were very sure that India has only spirituality as such. They do not have knowledge on administration or political science. And they wanted to convince Indians, so they become entitled rulers as such. And we had no document to prove once again, that we have something called Arthashastra. In this environment, around 1905, one Mr. Shama Shastri, who was working as librarian in Library of Mysore State, our Suri's home place, he found manuscript of Arthashastra, which was written on a Bhojpatra, and it was in Granthalipi. Now he then transcribed this from Granthalipi to Devanagari, and in 1909, he published an article on this. And once that article was published, the whole, sort of hell broke loose. In 1915, he published its first translation. And once this translation was published, whether national or international universities, they started showering PhDs or equivalent top degrees on him. And he was invited to various campuses for delivering lecture on this subject. Now, I will narrate you a very interesting story to highlight the importance of this event. Maharaja of Mysore, Krishnaraj Wadiyar, he traveled to Germany that time. A function was organized in a club where he was obviously introduced as Maharaja of State of Mysore, His Highness Maharaja of State of Mysore. And at the end of function, one German approached Maharaja and he asked me, "Sir, are you the king of that place where Dr. Shama Shastri lives?" That means him, the kingdom, he was not Shama Shastri was not his subject. He was king of Shama Shastri's place. That is the importance of the Arthashastra, or finding of Arthashastra. Now we'll come to Arthashastra. One sec.
ओ गुरु चतुर, आपके टीवी बंद करना चाहिए, टीवी बंद करने के।
नहीं, मेरा टीवी नहीं है ऑन, मेरा टीवी ऑन नहीं है, और किसी का अनम्यूट होगा। नथिंग ऑन इन दिस।
नागपाल है क्या?
बंद कर दिया।
बंद कर दिया, ओके।
चलने दो, म्यूट कर। I thought we are on mute.
Now as we stand today,
म्यूट कर ले।
Yeah,
नागपाल म्यूट कर ले। नागपाल
म्यूट किया हुआ है।
Yeah. Now, as we stand today, Indian people in general, we are not aware of Kautilya Arthashastra. I mean, if you even take a sample case of our group, it is the same thing. And this is our status even after a century of its find. Instead of now getting into that blaming thing, that why, who, syllabus, this, that, I thought it is my duty to introduce this subject to as many people as possible, and that is what I am doing. That is why I am troubling you this evening. Now, I mentioned about spirituality about a few minutes back. Now, our spirituality as it is defined, we have 4 purushartha. Must do. Artha, dharma, kam, and moksha. Now, moksha is what that spirituality is all about. In Artha Shastra, only mention is about 3 purushartha, that is artha, dharma, and kam. Moksha is not mentioned. That means this book is only about this material world, and it is not about any spirituality as such. Now we'll see what Artha Shastra is. So we'll come to Artha Shastra. Subhash, there are 3 people in waiting room. Deepak, there are 3 people in waiting room.
You just put admit. I have transferred the controls to you. So you just, there's an admit command, you just put admit. Because I won't be able to do it unless I change the host. You just put your cursor up and that drop down menu will come. There will be admit blue color button. You just press on that.
But you must have made me co-host, so we should.
Yeah, I have made you co-host, therefore it will come to you. Anyway, now, yeah, because I won't see them. Otherwise, I'll stop you for some time and then we'll have to go back. So you have to put it back.
I'm not able to invite. Where do I put them?
You go on
admit all. Yeah,
admit all.
Admit all. I've done
admit
that.
all.
Yeah.
Correct. They will automatically come.
Yeah. One second, yeah. Now are we there? Yeah.
Nata is there, yeah.
Yeah, now we'll see what Arthashastra is. So, first is here Manushyanam Vruttihi Artha. Here, Vrutti means livelihood, Ajivika. That means man's means of livelihood is Artha. Manushyavati Bhumihi iti Artha. Manushyavati is domesticated or where it is occupied by human being. Manushyavati Bhumihi iti Artha. Occupied land is Artha. Once land is occupied, automatically the livelihood things are all around. Now, tasyaha prithviyaha labha palana upayoho shastram artha shastram. Tasyaha matlab such as described above. Prithviya of land. Labh is to occupy. Palan is to maintain. Upayo is devices. That means devices for obtaining and maintaining such land is Arthashastra. Again, when you occupy some land where you either already it is habited, I mean there is a human occupying it, or you can make your people occupy that, occupying such land, maintaining such land, and all devices for this is Arthashastra. Now, Arthashastra book or the Grantha has 15 sections. Many people call it 15 books also. Now, we'll see what the division is, so things will become more clear. First is Prithviyaha Palanam. That is internal administration. This is chapter 1 to 5. Is your internal administration. Then second is Prithviyaha Labham. That is external administration or foreign administration. Chapter number 6 to 13. Then 14th chapter is Sankirna, where many small topics are covered. And 15th chapter is Tantra Yukti, where methodology of understanding the Arthashastra is given. In fact, this is one of the very few or maybe first Grantha where this methodology of understanding is mentioned in the original text itself. The text is in prose and verse format. It has 6,000 sutras. Sutra is a formula. Like we have formula in chemistry and physics and all that. So sutra is formula. So the whole book is in form of formula and some prose. It is not a commentary. It is not a commentary. That is what I mean. Now, this Grantha has various references to various Acharya who were subject experts before Kautilya. So, Kautilya has taken into account opinions of all Acharyas who were before him. Their opinion is mentioned. Most of the time, the reason for that opinion is mentioned. And at the end of the subtopic, Kautilya's opinion is given. This type of structures makes this Grantha more of a compendium than a Grantha. It is compendium of all the opinions on that topic. Now, having come so far, let me ask you a question. Now, when Kautilya started writing this, whom he would have saluted at the start of the Grantha? जैसे हम लिखते हैं ओम गणेशाय नमः, ओम सरस्वतीयाय नमः, सरस्वत्यै नमः, और जो कुछ भी लिखते हैं at the start of a grantha or a book. So, whose his salutation would be? You think over, each one can think of 3 options. We'll come to this question once again.
It should be.
Now,
It should be,
yeah, I will come to you.
Okay, fine.
Now, this book is also known as Raja Shastra, Rajaniti Shastra, Danda Niti Shastra, Niti Shastra. So when you call this Artha Shastra, is known by these various names. Now, yes, he has written Artha Shastra, but for whom has he written it? Now, if you look at the expanse of the book or the subjects which it has handled, it cannot be for a common person. Then this is written for Vijigishu. Now, what is this Vijigishu? The definition of Vijigishu is Hetu Ichchati iti. That means one who desires to conquer, one who desires to succeed. That means a leader. So this book is meant for a leader. Now in our parlance, running a unit successfully is, a person who runs a unit successfully is also a leader. During that period, this document was for king. But in our time, we can get n number of guidelines to be a leader in our time. Now, when we are talking about Vijigishu, and I see a large group of Vijigishu sitting in front of me, let us go in little more details of what Vijigishu is. Now, what are the characteristics of Vijigishu? First is Atma Sampanna. Now, this is a real beautiful word, Atma Sampanna. Sorry. Its simple meaning is possessing self-qualification necessary to be successful. Until that person himself has those qualifications, he cannot succeed. So it can be self-motivation, knowledge, training, etc. These are characteristics. First is Atma Sampanna. Second is Dravya Sampanna. Now you need various resources to be a leader, to be successful. So you have to be resourceful. Third is Prakruti Sampanna. These are various elements of state. Since it was for a king, here various elements of states are mentioned. We'll come to these elements. We'll revisit this. And third is Nayasya Adhishtanam. That is just base. In my opinion, this is a very, very important thing. Unless and until you have just base, you cannot succeed. And this is a great knowledge or great understanding which our culture has given us. So 4 characteristics of Vijigishu. Vijigishu is leader, Atma Sampanna, Dravya Sampanna, Prakriti Sampanna, Nayasya Adhishtanam. Now, with this, we'll come back to our question. Rao Garu, you wanted to say something on that?
I wanted to say.
Rao Garu, you wanted to say something on that question?
Jyotishi.
Okay.
Jyotishi wants to say.
Jyotishi, yeah.
Baba.
Just guessing, yeah. It should be either.
Guess karo.
It should be either Jupiter, Brihaspati, or Ganesh. Normally, we pray to these people only.
Okay, good. But I will come to you. Now the Kautilya salutes Shukracharya and Brahaspati. Shukracharya is Guru of Danav or Purohit of Danav. Brahaspati is Guru of Devas or gods. That means these both were Acharyas in Rajniti Shastra, and he salutes these both before writing this Granth. Very interesting. I mean, this salutation itself makes the beginning so interesting. Now, we had mentioned about Prakruti. Now, what are these Prakrutis? I will see first Prakruti from the states angle, kingdom's angle, states angle. First is Swami. That means that king himself, he is Prakruti. They are known as Saptanga. So these 7 Prakrutis. Then is Amatya. You can call him Purohit or a minister. Janpad, people. What are the strengths and weaknesses of people? That is also an element of state. Durga, whatever fort. Kosh, that is treasury. Danda, armed forces. Mitra, allies. Now, with these 7 Saptanga, a king, successful king has to have these strong Saptanga. Now, when we correlate this to our time, I have just put it from corporate angle, but it can be for all angles. Now, for corporate, what are the Saptanga? Swami is CEO, MD. In our parlance, we can call it CO, AOC. Amatya, board of directors or advisors. Janpad is workforce and family. Because family, I mean, that support system has to be there. Durga, company premises, headquarters. Kosh, reserves, asset, tangible, intangible assets. Danda, security, including cyber security. This is how we can really correlate to our time. Mitra, friends and allies. This remains same, friends and allies. So what I want to show is this, whatever is given in Artha Shastra can always be correlated. These are the terms, Swami, Amatya, Janpad. Now their reference, their correlation to our time is to be made. That is the only thing. Now, yes, we have seen that, yes, we have a Vijigishu for whom this is written. Now, what he is supposed to learn? So we come to Vidya. Now, first Vidya is Trai. Trai is study of 3 Vedas. Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda. These 3 Vedas. Now, Atharva Veda is not included in this. Then is Varta. Varta is commerce and finance. Dandaniti is law and order. Complete justice system. Then Anvikshiki. Anvikshiki is critical thinking. This is, of course, new word for us. And Kautilya is to be credited for including this as an important or essential subject as such. We'll come to Anvikshiki once again. Let us go ahead. Now, what do we learn from this? From Trai, that means from study of Vedas, we learn what is Dharma. Let me once again stress here, when you say Dharma here, it is not religion. Dharma here is what is spiritually good. That is Dharma. Then with Varta, that means commerce and finance, you learn Artha. That is Artha. I had mentioned Dharma, Artha. Dandaniti, Nyay. Whatever your decision, whether they are just or unjust, that is Dandaniti. And Anvikshiki is critical thinking. Now, a little more Anvikshiki, since it is a new word as such, See, we have seen what is dharma, artha, nyaya. See, what is spiritually good may not be materially good, or vice versa. Or what is spiritually good and materially good may not be just, or whatever combination of these three. Now, how does one decide then? So, keeping your aim in mind, you give different weightages to this, dharma, artha, and nyaya. And then you see your decision. You look at your decision. That is that critical thinking. That is why this balabal, harek ka bal or abal, kitna hai? What is the weightage for all this in that you are thinking? And then you take a decision. Now, once you have studied this, why should you study this? What is the essence of learning this? Vidya, as I think I forgot to mention, is just a stream, various subjects. Now, what is the essence? That is Vidyatva. Is the essence of all this Vidya. And Kautilya say कि Vidyatva, essence of all this that is finally to understand what is dharma, what is artha. And to this clear understanding for one to get, one should learn this, all three Vidyas. Now, I had mentioned how Kautilya expresses opinion of other Acharya and then his opinion. So we'll see with reference to Vidya now. Dandaniti, Varta, Trai, Anvikshiki. Now, Aushnas are the chelas of Shukracharya. As per them, Dandaniti is the only subject that is required. It is the only Vidya that is required. Because as per them, baki sare Vidya hai. Isme samahit hai. All other subjects are included in Dandaniti once you learn Dandaniti. Whereas Brahaspatya, these are chelas of Brahaspati. They say you learn only Dandaniti and Varta. Trai is not required. Now it is very interesting. You see, Brahaspati is the guru of Dev, guru of gods. And he is saying Trai, study of Veda is not required. As per him, the Trai, that is Vedas, is just cover for Dandaniti and Varta. Dandaniti and Varta, he calls it a Loka Vyavahar, your daily life. As long as you know your daily life, Veda, understanding of Veda, study of Veda, Trai, is just a cover for that. For whatever you do, is just you cover with Veda. Now Manav, that is Manu ke chele. This is not Manu Smruti wala Manu. He is not Manu Smruti wala Manu. He is, most probably, he is Manu from Mahabharata. That is Prachetas Manu. Now he chelas, they say only three Vidyas. Dandaniti, Varta and Trai. They do not consider Anvikshiki as a Vidya. Whereas Chanakya says no. There are four Vidyas. Anvikshiki has to be studied. Now, with this, now where do we stand as an engineer, as an officer, as an entrepreneur, or whatever we call ourselves? Dandaniti, except someone like, say, maybe Suri, we know nothing. Law, we know nothing. Varta, commerce and finance, we know very little. Trai, we know nothing. And unless and until we know all these three, how can we apply Anvikshiki? That is our status as it stands. I mean, this is my interpretation. Now, in short, I have given you the picture what Arthashastra is, how various topics are dealt with. Now, I want to just say or give you a list, very short list of topics that are handled in this Grantha. And that itself will create that kind of interest. So I have shortlisted some 19 odd topics. I will just read them out. One is Vidya, as we have seen it. Then self-improvement. Now there are so many books flooded for this topic called self-improvement. It is there. We had this 2300 years back in our literature, in our culture. Ministers and councillors, secret agents, envoys, that is Rajputra. Sorry, princess, that means Rajputra. Rules and regulations for king. Again, please read. I have not made any mistake. Rules and regulations for king. They are mentioned in this. Activities of departmental heads. Suppression of criminals. Secret conduct. Rajmandal. In this Rajmandal, we see who are your natural enemy and natural friends. It is a excellent theory as such, Rajmandal. Then Shatgunya. Shatgunya is your foreign policy. Then we have seen Prakruti. So what are the calamities on Prakruti or calamities on the Saptanga? Then preparation for march. That when you advance. War. Policy towards oligarchies. Weaker king. How to deal with a weaker king. Fort conquering. Secret practices. This is just a very short list. I thought that would interest all of you. So I have made. Now, I think with this, I will end this topic. Now you can shoot your questions and I will try to answer them.